Chance of Mats is coming up.
Die tenten nog afgebroken.
Ja, dat wel, ja. Dat is
Maar ze gaan wel voor.
Nee, dan heb je alles in één keer klaar.
Good afternoon, ladies. Good afternoon, welcome, gentlemen, and last junior max final of the 2019 Rotax season. I'm just situated here between two drivers on the front row. They keep on speaking to this man on a regular basis, on the verge of capturing his second junior max title in succession. But a clean run last year, but this year hasn't been so easy, has it? No, it hasn't been so easy, but I think we'll get there. And obviously, you know, you're fighting for defending three titles, B&L, which goes to the season finale in a month's time, the Chrono Karting Dutch Championship, but to be on the verge of securing that second title
just tell us your thoughts coming into this final race of the year.
Yeah, I just drive and then I see what it goes. But yeah, I hope to win, but we see.
All the very best of luck. Mike Van Boof, 2:17 from JJ Racing. This man has definitely been very, very fast this year. Ollie Pilker from Dan Holland. Ollie, you've had a good weekend. Just give us your thoughts ahead of the last race.
Yeah, very good weekend. Very good qualification in the rain and took it win. Now I want to win one more race and coming to host with trophy.
All the very best of luck. Ollie Pilker from Dan Holland Racing. We've got Morris Schneis on the third position. Morris, a track you know very well here at Wackersdorf. You've been very quick today. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good and I hope it will be a good race.
And do you think you can get past these two guys in front? It can happen, can't it?
I hope that we see it.
Viel Glück für heute. And also another one of the JJ Racing. I'll do my best, Victor, thank you. So Lucas Schoenmakers, you've had a very good fight this morning. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very confident for the final today. Also now new tires, so I think we can gain an advantage. So I'm looking forward to this race and hope to get it podium.
All the very best of luck, Lucas. Now we'll head over to Danny Van Dyke, another guy who I regularly see in not just Euro Trophy but also BNL. Danny, you've had a good run this morning. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good and I hope we can go for the pace and maybe top 3 or win the race.
All the very best of luck, Danny Van Dyke. We've got Silas Hutter, 2:44. Then we've got Gianni Andrisani, who's been in the wars this weekend. We also got Marcel Somach. And then rounding out the top 10, we've got the 2:47 of Milan Ritter, and then the 2:26 of Nikita Genza. So very shortly, in about 7 minutes' time, we get underway with our last Junior Max final of the season. If the first one was anything to go by, watch out over the next few minutes, because this one is to decide a title, but also to see who ends up going to Sarno in just around 6 or 7 weeks' time for the grand finals.
first of 6 finals here for the 2019 Rotax Max Euro Trophy Junior Max season. And we come to our last of 11 minutes plus an additional lap races here. From Adria, where we started back in late May, to Christianstad in the middle of July. Now we're here in the first weekend of September in Wackersdorf. Your grid is as follows. Olli Pilker starts from pole position with Mike van Vugt, the reigning and defending champion, and I think pretty much might have the title sewn up right now. He starts on second place. Behind is Maurice Schmeiss and Lucas Schoenmakers, with Danny van Dijk and Silas Ritter rounding up the top 3 rows. Gianni Andrisani in the 246 will line up alongside Marcel Sermach from Poland on row 4. The number 247 of Milan Ritter and the 226 of Nikita Genza round out the top 10. Valentin Klus in the 211 and Morris Schuring in the 214 round out row number 6, ahead of Christian de Klein in the 299, with Jeffrey Fixer in the 255. Ethan Kurtzi from South Africa in the 258 is on 15th on the inside of row 8, alongside the Netherlands' very own Dante Rapangi in the 243. Vilgot Edquist starts all the way down in 17th on the inside of row 9, alongside the 209 of Marcel Reisenberger. Tobias Poschik in the 221 and the treble 2 of Zen Rudenberg complete the top 20, and rounding out the grid is Alexander Abskava from Georgia, Charlie Wirtz from Austria, Flint Schuring from the Netherlands, and Kai Rielertz from Belgium. The red lights are on the starting gantry for one last time here in Junior Max action in 2019. 11 minutes set on the timer, set to count down the minute we go lights out, and then we will have one final lap of the season. 3 finals down, 3 to go, and Junior Max is the first to conclude their season. So it's Pilker on pole, Van Vugt alongside, Schmeiss, Schoenmakers, Van Dijk, Silas Ritter, Gianni Andrisani, Marcel Sermach, Milan Ritter, Nikita Genza. That's the top 10. Do we go lights out? Yes! And Pilker is in first. Mike Van Vugt already down into second, or down into third place it looks like, as there is a sea of colour heading into turn 4 for the very first time. And at the moment, Mike Van Vugt has just gone up the inside of Maurice Schmeiss, who got past the Dutchman in the initial start phase. But Van Vugt now up into second position. Pilker's got a huge lead, probably in the tune of about 6 to 8, maybe even make that 10 kart lengths. Lucas Schoenmakers up into fourth position now as the field makes its way through turn 11 for the very first time. And there's some great little overtakes happening. Christian de Klein, I think, has just got past either Valentin Klus or Schuring in the 214 for position. Leaders come across the start-finish line. Gap between Pilker and Van Vugt, 8/10 of a second. Then it's a further 3/10 or so back to Maurice Schmeiss, Lucas Schoenmakers, Danny van Dijk round out the top 5 thus far. Silas Ritter still holding station in 6th ahead of Gianni Andrisani from Germany. Then it's Marcel Sermach, Milan Ritter, and Nikita Gens has dropped all the way down into 16th, which means that the number 214 of Morris Schuring is ahead of Christian de Klein in the 299 in 10th position. Valentin Klus and Vilgot Edquist, along with Alexander Abskava, have made up positions. Abskava in 14th ahead of the 221 of Poschik. Charlie Wirtz has made some inroads, as has Kai Rielertz. Wirtz now up into 20th. Rielertz up into 22nd. As Jeffrey Fixer rounds out the 24 strong as the leaders come through the final corner. Pilker has a lead, but it looks to be truncated by Van Vugt, and it's been halved. Pilker did a 51.918. Van Vugt puts in, as in customary fashion from the young Dutchman, 0.4 of a second quicker, puts in the fastest lap of the race, a 51.519. So Van Vugt looking to make sure that he ends as we've had. Now that is the 246. That's Gianni Andrisani off at turn 6. What disaster for the German. Didn't really see what happened there. So he's just gone straight on and he's just explaining to the marshalling team what's happened. So double waved yellows at turn 6. So just making sure Gianni's up, he's unassisted and walking away from the kart. So that's a very good sign there. 8 minutes 24 to go, plus an additional lap. Van Vugt is closing on Pilker yet again, as Milan Ritter now sets the fastest lap of the race at 51.277. Van Vugt was over a 10th quicker. Van Pilke. Behind them, Danny Van Dijk's got his way up past Lucas Schoenmakers for third place. Maurice Schmeis and the 2:44 of Silas Ritter now completes the top 6 with Marcel Sermach, Marlon Ritter. It looks like we've got Morris Schuring and Alexander Abskarva now having made their way up into the top 10. Schuring in 9th, Abskarva in 10th. Wirtz also making some great inroads here, and he's closing on the number 211 of Valentin Klus for 14th position. Great fight back from the young Austrian. So at the moment, Edquist, his hopes of a title, I think, have pretty much been dashed. He's down in 17th position. So Andrissani not taking any further participation. It's a real shame for the young German on home soil here at Wackersdorf. So Pilke, and it's closing up between the top 3. Van Voost is no longer alone behind Ollie Pilke. Great work from Danny Van Dijk. He said he wanted to get into the top 3 when I spoke to him on the grid just a few moments ago, and he's trying to make clear his intentions. And the 3 behind are closing too. That's Lucas Schoenmakers, Maurice Schmeis, and Silas Ritter. So they make their way through turn 13 into turn 14, put the throttle clean to the floor, and are not. They're going full throttle through turns 1, 2, and 3. As that's a great move from Danny Van Dijk up the inside of Mike Van Voost, and it looks like Lucas Schoenmakers trying to have a great battle with Silas Ritter and also Maurice Schmeis. That's for 4th place. So that's a great battle there. As looks like Ritter's at the back of that 3-cart train. And it's the 2:47 of Marlon Ritter that sits a little bit further back and is being followed by Marcel Sermach. And then we got then we got Morris Schuring, Alexander Abskarva. Charlie Wirtz has got past Valentin Klus for 14th and now is in the points. So at the moment, as it stands, Pilke leads, Van Dijk second, Van Voost in third. Then it's the likes of Schmeis, Schoenmakers, the 2 Ritters in 6th and 7th, Sermach in 8th. So Schoenmakers now in 4th, ahead of Maurice Schmeis. You've then got the 2:44 of Silas Ritter, followed by Milan Ritter, Marcel Sermach, Maurice Schuring, Alexander Abskarva. Then we've got Poschik, who started all the way down in 19th position, now up into 11th, ahead of Nikita Genser. And you've also got the 2:43 of Dante Rapagni, Charlie Wirtz and Valentin Klus. That's the top 15. We're now past the half-time distance, 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go here on the clock, plus an additional lap. As the lead has changed, and it's Danny Van Dijk that's stolen it from Ollie Pilke. So we have the Netherlands in front, Poland in second, the Netherlands followed again by the Netherlands, then Germany, and then followed by Denmark. So that is effectively 4 different nationalities of the 16 represented here this weekend in the top 6. So Pilke was trying to put the feelers out on Van Dijk, who takes a wider line coming out of the turn 4. And then keeps ahead, as now it's going to be a 6-way scrap for the lead. With 4 minutes and 40 plus an additional lap left remaining in the Junior Max season for 2019, as Danny Van Dijk takes the briefest of glances over his right shoulder to see where Ollie Pilke is in relation to the back bumper of his kart. So gap between Van Dijk and Pilke at the moment is just under 0.3 of a second. Fastest lap, however, is by the young man in 14th, Charlie Wirtz, on an absolute flyer at the moment. 50.815 is his fastest lap, and he is trying to close on Dante Rapagni for 13th place. He's about and he is past him, and he's got another 0.7 of a second in front of him, Nikita Genser. So Wirtz really on the move, as there's a great move there from Silas Ritter up the inside of Maurice Schmeis to take 5th from the number 210. As the lead has changed again, it's back in the hands of Ollie Pilke. So Pilke retakes the lead with 3 minutes and 37 plus an additional lap to go on the clock. So the top 4 starting to break away, and a little bit further down the order, Alexander Abskarva is leading quite a big train of karts, as it's side by side a little bit further behind the Georgian. As the Georgian gets overtaken, looks to be Morris Schuring in the 2:14 that's just got past him, which he has. And Charlie Wirtz really trying to close up on those in front and is pretty much on the back of Nikita Genza in the 226th. And has Wirtz made the move? Looks to be the case as Genza's tried to go up the inside of the Austrian through turn 6. Did not have the room to make the move happen. As it's changed again between Ritter and Schoenmakers for 5th and 6th place. And so Wirtz having a really good race. He's very quick indeed. He's just on a 51.1. And that was on lap number 6. We're now on the completion of lap number 10 as it is a 4-way brawl at the front of the field. Pilker leads, Van Voost now in second, 2/10 adrift, and it's closing. Oh, that was very, very squirrely going through turn 3 for Van Voost as Van Dijk sends it up the inside. Could Schmeiss go through too? No, doesn't happen before they hit the entrance into turn number 5, and we did have briefly double waved yellows there off of turn number 4. So Wirtz really fancying getting into the top 10. The Austrian's got a chance of doing it. So ahead he's now got, looks like Nikita Genza has got past Charlie Wirtz again for position as we are fast approaching the last 90 seconds plus an additional lap. So leaders coming through, Pilker, Van Dijk, Van Voost, and then Schmeiss. That's the top 4. A little bit further back is Lukas Schoenmakers with the number 244 of Silas Ritter, keeping pace with the Dutch driver. And there is an absolute sea of colour just at the bottom part of the top 10. Charlie Wirtz now in 10th position, closing on Nikita Genza, who is going up the order. Alexander Abskava from Georgia now up into 7th position, ahead of the 247 of Myron Ritter. Leaders now come through turn 10 on the short blast down to the penultimate hairpin on the circuit here at Backersdorf. The gap between Pilker and Van Dijk last time was 3/10. Could be very, very similar this time around. And no, it looks a little bit closer, but Van Voost is getting a real advantage now. He's going to get the slipstream on Van Dijk, and he's going to go up the inside of him into turn 3, which he does cleanly. Van Dijk could counter-attack, but loses out momentum as Schmeiss goes up the inside of the Dutchman into turn number 4. This is allowing Lukas Schoenmakers to battle for, I think, probably at least second position, as the time is fast ticking away. 25 seconds plus one additional lap left on the clock in the Junior Max season. So they come through turn 10, the short blast up to turn 11. What looks to be the penultimate time, I feel, as the timer now is on 10 seconds. So this time it will be last lap. As Van Voost, I think, now, could he have a last-ditch attempt at getting past Pilker to seal his second title with a victory? Could be very much on, because here we go, final lap in Junior Max for 2019. He's not going to get the run on him, or is he? He could get it through down into turn 4. It's just depends on how brave Van Voost was on the brakes. He was sensible there. He knows that he doesn't need to win as it's side by side. It looks like Van Dijk's lost out big time, down into 6th position. So the leaders now come through the triple right-hander at 7, 8, now 9 for the final time, into the left at 10. As the battle for 4th clearly waging on, with Schoenmakers leading that one ahead of Ritter and Van Dijk. But now for the final time, the checkered flag is being prepared for the conclusion of the 2019 season. And Van Voost is just saying, let's just go forward, shall we? And here we go, checkered flag's about to wave. It's going to be 2 for 2 for Ollie Pilker, but professionally speaking, Mike Van Voost has done the double in Euro Trophy history. Last year's inaugural champion, and professionally speaking, he's done it again. The youngster from Voxham in the Netherlands, what a great job. Knew how to keep it planted all the way through. Thought, I could go for the win, but I'm still going to be happy with second. He started second, he finished second, he provisionally takes the title. Well done, Mike Van Voost. So what a race. One retirement, unfortunately, with Gianni Andesani not making it to the end, having exited on the very first lap, first couple of laps. But Ollie Pilker takes 2 from 2 here at the season finale at Backersdorf with your provisional 2019 champion, the defending and now who's successfully defended his title, Mike Van Voost from the Netherlands, finishing exactly a quarter of a second behind The eventual race winner, Morris Schmeiss, Lucas Schoenmakers and Danny Van Dyke completes a 2-3-4-5 for JJ Racing. Ahead at the number 244 of Silas Ritter, Alexander Abskava, Nikita Genza, Meinen Ritter. Great job from Charlie Wirtz, who started on the penultimate row of the grid in 22nd, finished in 10th place. Vilgot Edqvist, it was close but not enough. The Swede had to settle for 11th place at the end of the season, ahead of Marcel Sermach, Dante de Pagna, Ethan Kurtzy. Nice job from Kai Rilletz from last to 15th and picking up the last points. Marcel Reisenberger, Valentin Klus, Flint Schuring, Christian de Klein, Jeffrey Fixer, Morris Schuring, Zen Rudenberg and Tobias Paschik being the last of the 23 classified finishers as Junior Max comes to a close in 2019.
Matilda, great job this year. You must be really happy now that you're going to Sarno in October.
Yeah, I'm really happy to receive the ticket to Sarno from here, and we have been really fast and doing a good job all year, so I'm really happy.
Now, obviously Hannah's Morin was the inaugural champion, but to have that honour of being the second Swede in successive years, I'm sure that there's going to be a party this evening, and then there's going to be a big party with you and your friends in Uppsala. Just what are your thoughts and what are your feelings ahead of a very, very emotional? It's quite a nice thing to have that realisation saying, yeah, I know I've done it, but you did it your way. You thought, I'm going to check out in style, 4 from 5 wins. Now I think you're just going to have some fun out there, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. We're working really hard this season with the team and myself and everything. So I'm really happy to know that I have a ticket and I'm going to Sarno, and of course we're going to celebrate that later.
All the very best of luck with Matilda Olsson. Now we get to the other side of the front row. One of the hunters here, Reese. Good to see you. Who's also been competing in the Motorsport UK British Kart Championships in Rotax. It's been a very up and down season, but you're on the front row alongside Matilda. You've got a chance of getting a victory to close out the season. What are your thoughts ahead of the race?
Yeah, I would love to end the season with a victory, but it's really hard at this level, and it'll be amazing to do that.
And obviously there's been a lot of battles all the way through the season. Just give us an idea of some of the highlights in terms of where we've raced. What's been your favourite track apart from maybe here at Wackersdorf? We've had Adria, Kristianstad, and obviously the Open back in Genk back in April.
Well, my hardest competitor is probably my brother, because he's always wants to beat us everywhere we go. So I enjoyed Sweden the best because it was more flowing. I also like Le Mans as well the last month ago.
All the very best of luck, Reese. Charlie Turner, saving Sunday best for last as always. How are you feeling ahead? You're on the second row of the grid, just on the outside of it. You feeling good ahead of the last race of the season?
Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. I've got nothing to do really. My aim is really to finish at the front, pretty much like everywhere else. But yeah, see how the race goes.
All the very best of luck. And I know I'm probably going to have to get off the grid, but this guy always, well, I think at one point you were about the same height as me, Lewis Gilbert, but now I have to look up to you. What's up with that? Is it just what you've been eating or what?
They put me in a grow bag.
Is that what your mum and dad have been doing at home when you're at night? They put you in a cocoon and just leave you to grow?
Something like that.
You're not going to grow wings then?
No.
But you'll have wings next week. Brilliant. But no, you've had, you like this track. I spoke with you, your mum and your dad on Friday, but it's a track where you've shown clear pace. It's been a difficult weekend for a lot of competitors, yourself notwithstanding. What are your thoughts coming into this final race of the season for the Rotax Max Euro Trophy?
I'm not in contention to get any points or tickets, so I'm just come here to win the race. Really.
All the very best of luck. A little bit further down the order, we've got France's very own Cesar Gazot, who did a great job over with taking second in Le Mans, Zorba Kovac. Then we've also got Jason Lockwood. I need to have a quick chat with you because I caught up with this guy at the new venue we're going to in 2020, PF International at Kart Masters. But did you have a good one out there?
Yeah, pretty good race.
How did you get pole? That's the only question I've got for you.
I'm a bit of a wet weather specialist, to be honest.
So you were hoping for more rain?
Yeah, definitely.
All the very best of luck, Jason. So there we go. There's your grid. We get the race underway in about 5 minutes' time. report to the stewards in report to the stewards in alerts 274 Junior Max. Please report to the stewards immediately. Thank you.
So the penultimate race of the 2019 Rotax Max Euro Trophy season gets underway with seniors having their final race of the season. On the front row, it's our new champion for 2019 with a trophy for the championship going back to Sweden. It's Matilda Olsson on the front row. Alongside will be Reese Hunter in the 333. Then it's an all-British front row two with Lewis Gilbert and having Charlie Turner alongside. Then it's Zombar Kovac and Cesar Gazo with Robin Knutson and Jason Lockwood rounding out row four. Lina Blum and Fabian Bock round out the top 10. Teddy Clinton, Finland's Murray Lepaj from the Netherlands, Rick Bullthorn from Poland, Jerzy Spinkovitz and Vincent France from Germany rounding out the top 15. Max Dominique will be in 16th alongside the German with Guilherme de Oliveira and Patrick Rundqvist rounding out row number 9 and completing the top 20, Emily de Hoys and Julian Wertheler. Completing the 34-strong order is Mikkel Tiggelsen, Jordan Dolishka, Titus Shanghai Schmidli, Kilian Kraft, Una Oksanen, Henri Jung, Cameron Bödler, Andreas Hebert, Mario Sidler, Ehab Turka, Job Rapanje, Tim Holker, Elian Brunsils and Kai Hunter starting from the back of the grid. 14 minutes are now on the timer. We get ready to conclude what's been an interesting season thus far in Senior Max. So the top 10 as Matilda is as follows. Olsson, then we got Reese Hunter, Lewis Gilbert, Charlie Turner, Zombar Kovac, Cesar Gazo, Robin Knutson, Jason Lockwood, Luna Blom and Fabian Bock. That's your top 10 here. As the field is now being controlled, there's a few late stragglers to the back part of the grid. And there are 17 rows, 34 drivers in total. They get into formation. Do we go lights out this time? Yes, off into turn 1. And Hunter's got the march on Olsson, trying to go round the outside. Nyon bumps wheels with a 301 going into turn 3. And it's getting very, very... Charlie Turner's going to go round the outside of Matilda Olsson. Is he going to make his stick? That's a great move. Fantastic work from Charlie Turner. He said he's going to go for it. He's going to try and go for the lead up the inside. And there's the carambolage a little bit further back. There's 2 carts off. So those 2 drivers, that's on the exit of turn number 5, and one of them is the 313. And that is Fabian Bock. So Bock in the walls yet again. But at the front of the field, Gazo is having to fight tooth and nail with the likes of the 315 of Jason Lockwood. As now the number 333 of Reese Hunter now starting to pull away from Charlie Turner, Matilda Olsson and Lewis Gilbert. That's the top 4. And they have pulled away from Zombar Kovac. Cesar Gazo a little bit further back as there's a great battle over 8th position. And that is between Robin Knutson and Jerzy Spinkovitz, with Knutson, I think, has come out on top on that one. Yes, the Swede has. So at the moment, the top 15, if anything doesn't really change in the next 30 seconds, it's Reese Hunter, Charlie Turner, Matilda Olsson, Lewis Gilbert, Zombor Kovac, Gazeau, Lockwood, Knutsson, Spinkovitz, Luna Blum, Teddy Clinton, Rick Boothorn, Max Stemmerink, Vincent France, and Guilherme de Oliveira from Portugal. So the two that were involved with the 350 of Laurie Lepai and Fabian Bach in the 313. They're trying to try and catch up to the rest of the field. Fastest lap of the race is from, oh, mon Dieu, Cesar Gazeau, and he's going to try and fly past Zombor Kovac into fifth. Doesn't make it through turn three, but he's right on the back bumper of the 372 from KR Sport. As Lewis Gilbert now has got past Charlie Turner and is now up into second position. So Lewis Gilbert looking to close the gap to Reese Hunter so far in the 333 in the moment. Kai Hunter now up into 22nd, having started right from the back of the grid and is showing clear pace. And last lap, his last best lap so far, 51.659. But the front runners, which look to be everybody apart from Charlie Turner up to the bottom of the top 8, are in the sub 50 seconds. Well, that's not the case anymore, as Jerzy Spinkovitz has just put in the fastest lap. Lewis Gilbert and Charlie Turner are closing on Reese Hunter. Reese Hunter's got just over 0.3 of a second lead as Charlie Turner gets back past Lewis Gilbert. So would have had the momentum carry the slipstream advantage past the young Scot through turns 3 into turn 4 with Matilda Olsson keeping things clean and wanting to just have a bit of fun out there. She's got Zombor Kovac and Cesar Gazeau. Gazeau is on the verge of possibly becoming our vice champion this season. So Matilda Olsson was third in last year's standing, third in the last year's standing behind Hannes Morin and Mick Knowlton. And she's currently running still in fourth and is behind Lewis Gilbert as they come flying across the line. And the top 8 separated by just over 1.6 seconds. If anyone remembers the last qualifying heat we had last time, as Lewis Gilbert goes a bit wide coming out of turn 4. As Olsson and Kovac now occupy. Oh, there's been contact. Robin Knutsson and Jerzy Spinkovitz came together going into turn 6. Oh, that was very close indeed. Robin Knutsson tried to regain control and go back on, was caught on the inside of the apex, and someone just had to quickly avoid. Couldn't really catch out who that was. Could have been maybe even Kai Hunter, who's now up into 18th as Lewis Gilbert, right, is being pressured now by Cesar Gazeau from France. And at the moment, the leader is Charlie Turner. Now, Reese Hunter is all the way down into 6th position. So that's something for the books, as there's been another lead change. So Charlie Turner now gets passed by Matilda Olsson, who retakes the lead, having started from pole position just over 4.5 minutes ago. Got 9 minutes and 22 remaining. Olsson leads, Turner second, Gilbert third. Kovac and Gazeau, the top 5, breaking away now, as Hunter is a good 1.8 seconds adrift on the last lap around, which was the end of lap 5. As now, Charlie Turner is not letting go of trying to go for that victory. Oh, Gazeau was very brazen there through turn 2 up the inside of Zombor Kovac, as Kovac responds and overtakes the Frenchman back for what is effectively 4th place on the road, as Lewis Gilbert now is sort of in no man's land at the minute. So Olsson and Turner now have broken away, trying to break the momentum of the 3 behind. So now Kovac and Gazeau have their own inter-kart battle, as Gilbert now just has to get a move on. He's got no one to work with, as Turner is a good 8 or 9 tenths up the road thus far, but now Turner's going to have the slipstream on Olsson, coming over the start-finish line, heading up through turn 1, now into 2, now into the right-hand sweeper at 3. He's on the back bumper of the Swede. Could he slingshot past into turn 4 and go for it? Not quite yet. I don't think he's got he had enough momentum there. As now the fastest lap of the race is Kai Hunter, who's now up into the points. He's up to 15th. When we, having started from the back of the grid, as Julian Wertler now has officially retired from this race. So at the moment, Olson still leads from Charlie Turner, Lewis Gilbert, Zombar Kovac, Cesar Gazo, Reese Hunter, Teddy Clinton, Rick Boothorn, Jason Lockwood, who now has closing on him by the tune of 0.2 of a second lap, as there's another overtake from Kai Hunter up the inside of Emily de Hoys there for 14th position through turn 12. So De Oliveira in 10th, Max Stemmerdink in 11th, Vincent France now up into, well, it looks like there's been a bit of a disaster moment now for Rick Boothorn, who has gone tumbling down the order. And there's been a change for the lead as Charlie Turner, as he got past Matilda Olson. Yes, he said to me on the grid, I'm going to go for it. Now it's a three-way scrap. 6 minutes 46. Charlie Turner leads now, as he must have got through on that last lap just out of my line of sight. So Charlie Turner leads from Matilda Olson, and then Lewis Gilbert just behind. And I think Matilda just signalled to Lewis saying, let's get after him, shall we? So the signals from the crews watching in the gantries are just telling the drivers to move forward. Oh, Olson's gone for it and got it. Here comes Gilbert too. That's a great move. He used the toe from Olson to slingshot past Charlie Turner through turn 3 into turn 4 and made it stick, and maybe he's going for it too. Now the top 6 are pretty much line astern, just over the finish line just a few corners ago, as they now go through into the right-hander at turn 9, into the left at 10. The top 6 were separated by just 1.4 seconds, and that looks even closer, as whilst Turner, Olson and Gilbert have been battling, as Olson's got the lead, having taken it through turn 3, and Gilbert cheekily pushing his, slipstreaming his way past into turn number 4. A great job there. But now it's Turner's turn to retaliate. What's he got hidden in his sleeves? As Gilbert's going for it, and he's gone up the inside of Olson. Turner's returned the favour, so to speak, on Olson, who now gets a bit swallowed up by Kovac and Gazo. And there is the number 333 of Reese Hunter. And now it seems that Gilbert has just decided, I'm going to try and get away. And Charlie Turner's gone, oh no you don't, sunshine. This is far from over. 5 minutes plus an additional lap left to go. Charlie Turner clearly with a bit between his teeth. And we've had a change for 5th and 6th, as looks like Hunter's got past Gazo, which is the case. So the top 6 coming around the final corner. Gilbert leads. Turner, Olson, Kovac. No, it's not Kovac anymore, because Hunter's gone up the inside to take 4th. So nice work from Reese Hunter. So he's trying to fight his way back from 6th position. There's been a change a little bit further back. As just keeping an eye on what's happening between. Looks like Guilherme de Oliveira and Kai Hunter are battling away for what is effectively 10th on the road. So it's a great recovery drive from Kai Hunter from stone dead last. Top 6 come through into turn 11. Now into turn 12. So the top 15 at the moment. Lewis Gilbert leads. Matilda Olson is down in 3rd behind Charlie Turner. Then it is the 333 of Reese Hunter, followed by Zombar Kovac and Cesar Gazo, as Turner is now menacing on the back bumper of Gilbert, tries to take a tighter apex through turn 4, and now has got Olson breathing down his back bumper. She goes for the move on Turner and takes it through turn 6. What a great move there from the Swede. So Gilbert now has possibly got that breakaway he needs, as we've got 3 minutes and 30 left on the clock to go. He's got about a 5-6 kart advantage on Matilda Olson, as Turner is trying to, well, he's got a decision to make. It's either attack Matilda Olson and try and get past, or defend against the 3 behind, which is Zombar Kovac and Cesar Gazo, and he's also got the 333 of Reese Hunter just behind. 3 minutes, that's 180 seconds plus an additional lap left to go. Turner gets passed by Reese Hunter for third going through turn 3 as Gazzo goes up the inside of Kovac, trying to go through past for 5th place through into turn 4. The Frenchman can't get past, so he's going to have to wait a little bit further down the order. A few other drivers trying to hustle their way past and use the slipstream effect. That's great coming through out of turn 14, down the main straightaway, across the finish line into turns 1, 2 and 3. And the gap last time around between Lewis Gilbert and Matilda Olsson was just over a half a second. And Olsson might have started closing that gap as Kai Hunter again has set another fastest lap. He's done a 50.051 on lap number 10, as we are now on to lap number 15 here. 2 minutes to go, plus an additional lap. Gilbert is being closed on by Olsson at a rate of knots, and she is no more than half a kart length away as Robin Knutsson trying to get past Titus Shanghai Schmidli for position. Knutsson now out of the top 15. He's down in probably 22nd, 23rd place as the top 6 start to concertina again. 1 minute 43 left to go on the clock. Still very much all to play for. Who's going to take the final win and take a bit of pride and bragging rights going into the off-season? As Olsson will now have the run. So slipstream will be beneficial for those behind Lewis Gilbert, especially Matilda Olsson, who's right on the back bumper of the young Scot through turn 3. Could she slingshot past? No, she's basically just bump drafted her way through. So Lewis Gilbert is doing all the work, and Matilda Olsson is basically not having to use as much throttle, which means that she can use the throttle manipulation to get that extra sort of push to get past and use the slingshot. As we are into the final 60 seconds, plus an additional lap of the Cinemax season. Gilbert continues to lead, Olsson in second. In third it's Reese Hunter, then Charlie Turner, then Zsombor Kovac and Cesar Gazzo. The top 6 have really been pretty much line astern for the last few minutes, and it was 1.5 seconds as we are now going to go on to the penultimate lap as the timer hits 30 seconds as they cross the finish line. So this is the penultimate lap of the race. Will Olsson close it off with 5 out of 6? She's right on the back bumper. I think she's just biding her time to see what Gilbert does, but Gilbert very, very quick on the defensives and very good spatial awareness from the 329. But this is allowing both Reese Hunter and Charlie Turner, along with Zsombor Kovac and also Cesar Gazzo, to have that opportunity as the timer will hit 0 as they fast approach turn number 11, which is now. Next time around they get the final lap board. So top 6 now have made their way through the last hairpin on turn 12. Over the bump they go through turn 13, through turn 14. Olsson looking a bit closer now to Gilbert. Is she going to go for it and seal the deal with a victory here in Wackersdorf? She could very well do. She took a slightly wider line than Gilbert. As number 315 of Jason Lockwood is definitely in a battle with the likes of Emily de Hoys and Max Demerdink a little bit further down the order. Olsson might be biding her time, or is she just going to... Well, she said, if I try and attack Lewis Gilbert... Oh, there's a little bit of touching a little bit further down the order through into the exit of turn number 6. But we come through into turn number 11 for the final time. And now it's going to be the short blast down to turns 13 and 14. Checkered flag is being prepared. And here we go. It's going to be a strawberry 1-2. Well done, Lewis Gilbert, and congratulations to Matilda Olsson. Strawberry 1-2. Dan Holland Racing 3-4. KR Sport in 5th, thanks to Zsombor Kovac. With Cesar Gazzo, great sportsmanship there from 2 very well accomplished Senior Max drivers, one of which is this year's champion. Lewis Gilbert wins the last Senior Max final of the 2019 Rotax Max Euro Trophy season here at Wackersdorf at the Pro Kart Raceland circuit by 0.228 of a second from Matilda Olsson. And then it was the number 333 of Reese Hunter finishing ahead of Dan Holland Racing teammate Charlie Turner. Zsombor Kovac and Cesar Gazzo round out a very close top 6 at the end, separated by just over 1.6 seconds. Teddy Clinton and Kai Hunter round out the top 8. Great recovery drive from the back of the grid. Stone dead last to 8 for Kai Hunter. Guilherme de Oliveira and Vincent France round out the top 10, with Jason Lockwood, Emily de Hoys, Ilian Brunsils, Andreas Hebel and Ehad Turka rounding out the top 15. Completing the order, it was Patrick Rundqvist, Max Stemmerdink, Henri Jung, Luna Blum, Robin Kutzon down in 20th, Jerzy Spinkowitz, Laurie Lepai, Titus Shanghai Schmidli, Mikkel Tiggelson, Una Oksan and Fabian Bock, Joran Delishka, Cameron Birdler, Mario Sidler, Kilian Kraft, Jopra Pangir, Tim Rolke being the last of the 32 classified finishers, with Rick Boothorn and Julian Wertler not finishing the race.
We now come to our final race of the season, and it's DD2 and DD2 Masters. I'm going to make this one as quick as possible. But I know this guy from BNL, Zander. Great win earlier on this morning. You've got a really good chance here from pole position. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Final one was a good one. Bit of difficult, but I managed to
Been a bit of a difficult season, obviously. Christian started in one of the finals, you went straight on at turn one, but you've come back flying. You're just looking forward to going out there and just taking a win at the end of the year.
yeah, I want to finish in the nine.
All the very best of luck. So Sander Priblak from Boovin Power from Belgium. Now I remember this guy when you were racing with us in Senior Max last year, Mr. Remy. No, but it's good to see you in DD2. How have you found the transition this season? You've been racing the BNL and also you joined us back in Kristianstad in mid-July. How's it been for you this weekend?
A really tough start in this weekend, but in Sunday or Saturday it was really great. Everything was working perfectly, and now we're pushing for first place.
So you want to get one up on that guy then?
Of course.
All the very best of luck, David Remy. I'll speak to one more driver before we go, but he's not here on the grid, wherever Manuel is. I think is he hiding? Well, we'll leave it at that. I'm going to get off the grid and get up in the commentary box, but to close out the season for 2019, DD2 and DD2 Masters. Firstly, can I just ask that for everyone in the stands, please, on behalf of everybody for the Rotax Max Euro Trophy organisation, please give a big round of applause and a huge cheer for every single one of the drivers here this weekend. 85 different competitors and 16 different nationals. Let's have a big round of applause, please. And all the very best of the luck to our drivers here this afternoon. We go racing one more time here in Wackersdorf.
So for the last time in the 2019 Rotax Max Euro Trophy season, we go racing. This time to close out the action, as we did last season, it is DD2 and DD2 Masters. Your grid, for what will be an interesting 14-minute plus an additional lap encounter, is as follows. Sander Triblak from Bouvin Power, representing Belgium in the 422, is on the front row, and alongside will be Dan Honner Racing's David Remy in the 455. Then it's Manuel Tenschert and Christian Sorensen on row number 2, with Jakob Bezel in 5th alongside Lucas Horsman. That rounds out the top 3 rows with Oliver Breitenbach in the 432. Niklas Grenzer doesn't look to be on the grid and is not taking any part in this final, I believe. So there's an open spot on position 8. Completing the top 10, it's Jan Schwitter and Ronny Göttler, with Nico Jorg and Roberto Pajewski, who is on the verge of becoming the new champion in 2019 for DD2 Masters. He starts on the outside of row number 6, ahead of Marcel Steinert, Willi Leinen, Mark Bartels, Matthias Stahl, Dionysius Livris, Christoph Adams, with Daniel Oberreuter and Ronaldo Gremiger rounding out the top 20 positions. And rounding out the 26 strong, it is Tanu Yildiz, Konrad Bayer, Jiri Matajek, Florian Breitenbach, Slavomir Maransky and Michael Becker. So the red lights are on the starting gantry for one final time here. Just a quick reminder, there is a raffle taking place that all drivers have been entered into, and there are some prizes to give away here this very afternoon. So if you are here, please remain behind for the podiums, as if your number is called, you will win one of several prizes, including a free race entry into one selected round for next year's season, where we've just confirmed the new calendar, and much more. The drivers now, someone's got their hand up a little bit further down the order. So let's just see what happens. We get the lights out for one final time here in Germany, as Triblak gets very defensive very quickly, as looks like Manuel Tenscher's got up the inside of David Remy, who's now dropped down to 5th, maybe even make that 6th by, oh, that's 5th place, down at turn number 4, and just ahead of the of him. So we've got Sander Triblak leading. 2nd place looks to be Manuel Tenschert. Then in 3rd, it is that's Jakob Bezel in the 401 that's made his way up into 3rd place. Head of Christian Sorensen. David Remy rounds out the top 5 at the minute, and has just got the 434 of Lucas Horsman just behind, followed by the 432 of Oliver Breitenbach. Ronny Göttler, Roberto Pajewski and Marcel Steiner ran out the overall top 10, with Pajewski leading the DD2 Masters class. 2nd in that at the moment. All the way down in 15th place is the 555 of Christoph Adams, with Ronaldo Gremiger around about a 10th and a half behind the 555, as there is an almighty scrap going on all the way down from the front of the field to the back of the field. There's some great battles happening up and down the order. So Triblak still leads, Tenschert still 2nd, Sorensen 3rd, 401, which is Jakob Bezel, now down into 4th position. So Christian Sorensen's made the move up into 3rd place. And Sorensen going side by side with Tenschert, heading down across the start-finish line into turns 1, 2 and 3. Can't get past the Austrian quite yet. Whereas the Czech driver in the form of Jakob Bezel trying to think of a move up the inside of Sorensen for 3rd. Had to back out of it, and that pushed him back towards David Remy. Just behind him is the 434 of Lucas Horsman, and Ronny Göttler has just got past the 432 of Oliver Breitenbach for position. That's for 7th place on the road. And Breitenbach looks to have lost out maybe another couple of places, maybe even to Willi Leinen, as far as David Remy going nigh on side by side with the 434 of Horsman. As for 6th place, and just behind, there is one driver definitely going side by side with, there were 2 drivers going side by side a little bit further down the order, and one of them is the 499 of Ronny Göttler, who's got past Horsman. Willi Leinen, the Finnish driver, in the 416 just behind. And there was a very, very hairy moment there for Jan Schwitter going through turn 2 at the back part of the field, as just saw whether there was a motion from Bezel to Tenscher just behind them there in third and fourth respectively, as the top two starting to break away. It's between Shriblack and Sorensen, as we've got just under 11 minutes remaining, plus an additional lap in the season to go here. As Remy goes up the inside of Tenscher, who instantly counter-attacks and retakes the position. That's fourth. So the Swede started on the front row. He's having to battle with Manuel Tenscher for what is third place on the road. And Tenscher's just basically said to Remy, come on, work with me. And Remy's having none of it and trying to go up the inside through into turn 3. Oh, that pushes Tenscher a little bit wide. And Gertler is waiting to pounce, and the pair of them got through relatively unscathed as the leaders changed as Sorensen gets past Shriblack, who tries to counter-attack through the exit of turn 6. But the 425 makes his way past and takes the lead. So Christian Sorensen now takes the lead with just over 10 minutes remaining from Zandvoort Shriblack. And we've then got the 401 of Jakob Bezel. So it's going to go down to the wire. What's happening in DD2? And in DD2 Masters, Roberto Pajewski is still leading, as there's a little bit of a bump from behind on somebody. Looks to be on the 412 there, which is Matthias Dahl, who got a little bit of a bump from behind there from Nico Jorg, I believe. As Sorensen now trying to pull away from Zandvoort Shriblack. The gap was just over 3.5 tenths of a second as they completed lap number 5. We're now on to lap 6 here, as Dionysius Livris is getting very, very aggressive indeed, is the Greek driver with Dames Racing. He's tried to make his way up the order, and he started down in 17th position, and he's now into the top 10, as there's a little bit of a tussle there, one of which was David Remy, the other one was 416 of Ville Villelainen, and here comes the 410 of Mark Bartels coming into the party too. And he's right on the back bumper of Ville Villelainen, who gets a slight nudge from behind. So front fairing on rear bumper. Bartels better be careful, otherwise if that front fairing is found to be non-compliant, he'll get an instant 5-second penalty post-race. Now Christian Sorensen has extended the lead. Fastest lap of the race thus far, Manuel Tenscher in 4th position. 49.910 with Ronnie Gottler not that far behind with a 49.944. So those are the only two drivers out of the entire field, the entire 25 driver grid that is still circulating thus far. As we've got one car, I think was looking a little bit slow there, and that's Christoph Adams. So Christoph Adams now at the back part of the field, which means that Roberto Pajewski is just 8 or so minutes away from taking the second title in the DD2 Masters class, as Slavomir Moransky just keeping an eye on his progress. He's 7.5 seconds off of the leaders. He is in 17th place, and he is just behind Michael Becker by about just over 3.5 tenths of a second. As Moransky and Becker just come into my line of sight through turn 8, into the right at turn 9, through into the left at turn 10 they go. As Sorensen now trying to control what's happening at the front of the field, as Shriblack now goes sub 50 for the first time this race, 49.990. He's going to try and close up that gap, and it has been closed to 49.928. So he was just under 2 tenths quicker than Christian Sorensen, and he is looking menacing right now as they come through into the left-hander at turn 5, into the hairpin at turn 6, and then it's the blast into the triple right-hander at 7, 8, and then 9. Whereas Jakob Bezel is having to fight with Manuel Tenscher over 3rd place. And just behind them is Ronnie Gottler, who's about 7 tenths of a second adrift off Manuel Tenscher in 4th position. Ville Villelainen looking a little bit lonely now in 6th place, ahead of David Remy. Then we got Mark Bartels. Dionysius Livris now up into 9th place and moving forward at a great pace there. He's just done his personal best of a 49.883. So there was a little bump from behind. I think that was on the 413. And that is Marcel Steinert, as Zandvoort Shriblack trying to go for the lead on Christian Sorensen. as Sorensen gets the cut back through into the approach into turn 5. Now Jakob Bezel enters the fray, as does Manuel Tenchert once again. Bonnie Gertler now has the ringside seat. It depends on what happens with the 3 to 4 carts that are in front, as Sorensen just trying to mitigate that gap. It has come down over the last couple of laps from about half a second to just under 2/10. So 5 minutes 47 to go, and that's a real shame for Oliver Breitenbach, who is now parked it, I believe, and is no longer circulating. Sander Schriblak coming under pressure now from the 401 of Jakob Bezel. So the Czech Republic driver trying to get a motor on, get past Schriblak, and maybe try even to go after Christian Sorensen. But Tension and Gertler are 7/10 of a second respectively, and just over 1.1 seconds respectively off of the main leader. As there was a nice little move there from Lucas Horstmann, I think, up the inside of Mark Bartels on the exit of turn number 6. Sorensen now has a bit of daylight. Jakob Bezel has got past under Schriblak. So that's a change for second position. So the battle has been between the pair of them after the start of today's action, as Manuel Tenchert also gets past. And there goes the 499 of Ronny Gödler. He's going to try and go up the inside of Manuel Tenchert through turn 13. Can't make it stick. Gives the advantage back to Sander Schriblak as the pair go nigh on side by side. And Schriblak back now into what is 4th position, and back up the inside of Tenchert he goes to take 3rd place. Tenchert attacks, goes round the outside of the Belgian into turn number 5. This is now allowing not just Ronny Gödler, but now Ville Villelainen in there. So David Remy having a difficult race, is down in 7th position thus far, as Christian Sorensen's extended his gap over Jakob Bezel to 0.682 of a second. Did a 49.869, whereas Dionysius Liveris is absolutely fine. The Greek driver in the 456 is trying to close on David Remy. He's about 5.5 of a second of drift off the Swede, and it's just been in a 49.6, as there's more bumping and boring going past Sander Schriblak. Ville Villelainen, I think, has just got up into 4th place, has he? He has. Schriblak now up into 5th place, as Ronny Gödler lost out to the pair of them through turns 13 and 14. Sorensen's lead over Jakob Bezel now goes to 0.69 of a second. 3 minutes 45 plus an additional lap to close out the 2019 season. So Sorensen has a clear lead over Jakob Bezel. Manuel Tenchert holding station in 3rd. And then from there it is Villelainen, followed by Schriblak, followed by Gödler, followed by Remy now. And here comes the charging Greek Minotaur that is DJ Liveris, or Dionysius. He's now up into 8th, and whilst the 7 have been battling in front, he's just been making steady progress forward, as the 432 of Oliver Breidenbach now is confirmed as no longer taking any further part in this race. Leaders come across the start-finish line gap between Sorensen and Bezel, now just over 7.5 tenths, 0.774, and Dionysius Liveris goes and sets another fastest lap of the race, 49.528, as Remy goes up the inside to take position from, looks like Ronny Gödler, as Liveris now on the back of the 499, looking to get into, I would think, probably at least the top 7, maybe even make that the top 5. There is still time for him to do that, as Sorensen continuing just to control proceedings. Once he hit the front, he just decided, I'm going to go for it, I'm going to pull away, and Bezel has had a really good fight back from 5th on the grid, even with the trials and tribulations he's had this weekend. But to be 2nd at the moment with 2 minutes and 21 remaining, plus that additional lap. So now the top 8 separated by just over 2.6 seconds, as the top 8 now start to make their way through turn 8. So Liveris makes his exit out of turn 4, as Sorensen goes through the exit of turn number 6. And all of the top 6, was 7 of the top 8 have just gone sub 50 seconds, apart from Ronny Gödler. So Liveris clearly got the bit between the teeth. 1 minute 44 plus an additional lap to go. Sorensen has got a lead of now 0.8 of a second. This is going to allow the likes of Bezel, Tenchert and Villelainen to do their utmost in trying to catch the leader. The leader, I don't think, Scott, going to be having any problems anytime soon, because his lead is now nearly a second. 0.953 for Christian Sorensen. Jakob Bezel in 2nd. Manuel Tenchert in third. In fourth, it's Ville Villainen. Belgium's Sander Schriblak in fifth place. Ahead of David Remy and Vonnie Goodluck, with Dionysius Livris rounding out the top 8. Then it's Lukas Horstmann, Mark Bartels, Roberto Pajewski still leads the DD2 Masters classification in this race. Second is the driver who is going to be the outgoing champion this year, Slavomir Moransky, who's down in 16th place. Marcel Steinert and Florian Breitenbach ran at the top 13, with Nico Jorg and Matthias Dahl rounding out the top 15 overall on the road. So we're into the last 40 seconds of the season. This is now the penultimate lap of the race. Sorensen has a lead of 0.838 seconds ahead of Jakob Bezel in the 4:01. Manuel Tenchert and Ville Villainen with Sander Schriblak running at the top 5. It could get a little bit closer in the next lap and a half or so. But Sorensen has done enough to keep himself at that point where he can claim a victory here at Wackersdorf. So as the leader now exits turn number 11 for the penultimate time, the timer stops now. That is it. 2019, the season is done. We've got this couple of corners, turn 13, turn 14. Then it's one more lap, just over 1,200 meters for Christian Sorensen, who gets his head down, extends the gap between himself and Jakob Bezel to now what is just over 9.5 tenths as they go into turn 4 for the final time. And Dionysius Livris has got past Ronnie Goodler for 7th position. Is going to run out of time as the Greek driver from Dames Racing in the 4:56 to try and get into the top 5. But through turn 10 for the final time comes the number 425 of Christian Sorensen. 2 more hairpins and 2 more right-hand corners before punching the throttle down hard to come across the finish line, because, ladies and gentlemen, the final checkered flag of the 2019 Rotax Max Euro season is going to wave, and it's for the 425 of Christian Sorensen, who punches the air with one hand with victory. Jakob Bezel takes second, Manuel Tenchert takes third, ahead of Ville Villainen, with Sander Schriblak taking 5th at the flag, having started from pole position. And in the DD2 Masters class, I think provisionally speaking, congratulations to our new champion, who I think will be, well, the thing is Roberto Pajewski actually parked it a couple of laps to go, but he might have just done enough. We'll wait for official confirmation, but Christian Sorensen takes the win, absolutely jubilant in victory here at Wackersdorf to close out the season in style. Jakob Bezel from the Czech Republic takes second, ahead of Manuel Tenchert. Ville Villainen takes 4th, ahead of Sander Schriblak from Belgium. David Remy, Dionysius Livris, Ronnie Goodler, Lukas Horstmann and Roberto Pajewski. Pajewski has come across the line apparently in 10th place. Florian Breitenbach in 11th, ahead of Mark Bartels, Marcel Steinert, Nico Jorg, Matthias Dahl, Slavomir Moransky, Michael Becker, Daniel Oberheuter, Jiri Matajek, Reynaldo Gremiger, Konrad Bayer finishing in 22nd, ahead of Christoph Adams and Daniel Yildiz rounding out the 24 that finished, with Niklas Grains not starting the race and Oliver Breitenbach retiring.
Fernando, claiming out 527 BB2 Masters driver to the stewards immediately. Thank you. Schwitter, please report to the stewards immediately. That is Jan Schwitter, DD2, driver number 437. Please report to the stewards immediately. Thank you. leather bezel 402 to make your way to the podium in your race suits. Bring your race helmets with you. And then in D2 Masters, could we please have Roberto Grzewski 566, Christoph Adams 555, Slavomir Maransky 561, and 526, Michael Becker. Could all drivers please report to the podium as soon as possible, as we are getting our official ceremony celebration underway in just 7 minutes time. Thank you. Also, another paddock announcement, we will be hosting the raffle for one free entry to the 2020 Rotax Max Euro Trophy season, which was confirmed yesterday evening. So one free race entry for any of the 4 races in the season. New Rotax Max engine, and also multiple sets of Mojo tyres to be awarded. So the 4 drivers down at the bottom of the podium, your number has been put into the draw. You're not here, we will move on and see if someone else gets that prize.
Start with the Junior Max division. So, in third place, scoring a total of 32 points, representing Germany. Please give a round of applause for the 210 of Morris Schmeis. And he's being presented with his trophy by Mike Wagner from Camp Company GmbH. In second position, this guy really doesn't need an introduction in Euro Trophy history, but from the Netherlands, the 217 of Mike van Vught. And the youngster from the Netherlands is being presented with his trophy by Daniel Lampman, also from Camp Company GmbH. But the winner of the weekend's results here in Wackersdorf, from Dan Holland Racing, representing Poland, the 202 of Olli Pelka. And handing Mr. Pelka with his trophy is from BRP Rotax, Mr. Helmut Volgelsam. Ladies and gentlemen, please observe a brief silence for the national anthem of Poland. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for Morris Schmeis, Mike van Vught, and your weekend winner from Poland, Olli Pelka. So take your photos whilst you can. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give them all a round of applause. Morris Schmeis, Mike van Vught, and Olli Pelka. Well done, guys. Great racing this weekend. Next up is our Senior Max division. And as always in the Euro Trophy, Senior Max never ceases to disappoint, and that was very clearly the case this weekend. So in third position, with a total of 36 points, from the United Kingdom, the 333 of Reese Hunter. Reese being presented with his trophy by Daniel Lampman from Camp Company GmbH, part of the organising team behind the Rotax Max Euro Trophy. The runner-up for this weekend by just a mere 4 points, scoring third in final number one and won the last race of the season from Scotland, the 329 of the Dual-Ride Diamond, Lewis Gilbert. Lewis is being presented with his trophy and Rotax racing cap by Mike Wagner from Camp Company GmbH. But there is a winner. And this person has definitely been a trailblazer this weekend. From Sweden, from Uppsala, the 301 of Strawberry Racing's Matilda Olsson. With Helmut Volgersson presenting Matilda with her trophy and her Rotax racing cap. Ladies and gentlemen, please observe a brief silence for the national anthem of Sweden. So please give a round of applause for Reese Hunter, Lewis Gilbert, and your weekend winner, Matilda Olsson. So if all the drivers would like to get on the top step, and folks, take your photos whilst you can. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Reese Hunter, Lewis Gilbert, and Matilda Olsson from Senior Max. Well done. And a big thank you to all 34 drivers that took part this weekend. Our penultimate podium of the weekend winners is for DD2. And in third position, representing Austria, the 484 of KSB Racing's Manuel Tenschert. In second position, just 2 points were in it at the end of the race weekend. From Belgium, the 422 of Zander Triblak. But your winner, taking home a total of 38 points, and this weekend's winner, from Denmark, as Daniel Lampman, I'll just got a bit of ahead of myself there, sorry about that. Zander Triblak is presented with his trophy by Daniel Lampman. But your winner, with 38 points, taking the final win of the season, from Denmark, the 425 of Christian Sorensen. And Christian is being presented with his trophy from by Mike Wagner from Camp Company GmbH. So, ladies and gentlemen, please observe a brief silence for the national anthem of Denmark. So, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Manuel Tenschert, Zander Triblak, and your weekend winner from Denmark, Christian Sorensen. And now we come to our final podium of the weekend, and as the drivers from DD2 get their photos taken by those downstairs. So there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please give up for your top three: Manuel Tenschert, Zander Triblak, and Christian Sorensen for DD2. Well done, guys. And we now come to our last weekend podium. And between the top three, it was 20 points in it at the end. But in third position, from 46 team, representing Poland, the number 561 of Sławomir Morański. With Mike Wagner presenting Sławomir with his trophy. In second position, with 31 points, from Belgium, 555 of Mr. Christoph Adams. With Christoph being presented with his second place trophy for the weekend from Helmut Vogelsang from BRP Rotax. But your winner, it has been a clean sweep for one particular driver from Austria, representing KSCA Sodi Austria, the 566 of Roberto Brzezowski. With Daniel Lamban from Camp Company GmbH presenting Roberto with his weekend winners trophy. So, ladies and gentlemen, please observe a brief silence for the national anthem of Austria. So, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Sławomir Morański, Christoph Adams, and your weekend winner, Roberto Brzezowski. Right, I'm going to now make my way to the podium, so bear with me just a second. I know it's raining out there, but we have a raffle to get through. Okay, so as we posted on our official Facebook group probably about a week or so ago, we have some prizes to give out, a raffle. So we're going to make the first draw. 318, Kilian Kraft has had the name drawn out of the hat. Is number 318 here? Okay. 401, Jakub Bezel. Jakub? Jakub. Hang on. Oh, here he is. Right, you've just won the first prize in our lottery. So, Mike, what have we got for him? So you've got a set of brand new Mojo tyres there for you, Jakub, so congratulations. We've got quite a few more sets of these to give out. So, Daniel.
308.
So, next number, we'll actually know the driver this time anyhow. 308, Ilian Brunsils, are you here? Ilian? Come on up. Come on, Ilian. You've now won, I think he's won a set of tyres as well. I think we've got, 10 sets of tyres to give away. Okay, next number is Junior Max. Is Christian Decline here, please? 299. Christian? Next one, please, Daniel. 255. Jeffrey Fixer, 255. Are you here? Next one, please. Nikita Genza, 226. Marcel Reisenberger, 209. Marcel. Okay. Okay. Yep. Zen Rudenberg, treble 2. Zen, are you here? Okay. Right, this one I definitely know is here. Oh, hang on. So there we go. We're waiting for the next number because I know who that is. That's fine. Okay, brilliant. So a set of Mojo tyres for you. There you go. Next number, Christian Sorensen, 425. You've also got a set of Mojo tyres. Rubbing his hands with glee. Well done this weekend. Next one is 212, Alexander Abskava from Georgia. Alexander, are you here? Okay, we'll go for the next one. Lucas Schoenmakers, 204. Lucas, are you here? No. Oh, he's coming? He's coming, good. The JJ Racing broods stick together, don't they, Mike? Always. There you go, new tyres for you, buddy. Okay, next one, please. Right. Ethan Kurtzy, are you here? 258. No, 258. Okay, brilliant. So that means we now have 4 more sets of Mojo tyres to give away. Right, we'll just wait for Ethan to come up and pick up his tyres first. Well, happy trails back to South Africa, my friend. There you go, brand new set of Mojos for you. The next driver is standing immediately to my left. Mike. A set for you as well, so there you go. Well done. Charlie Turner, 305, are you here, buddy? I know he's on the same flight as me, but I can't carry that through hand luggage. Charlie? Okay. Right. Another driver to my left, Ollie. Come on, grab yourself a set. You've got one as well now. How would that... Okay, next one. Okay. Okay, Titus Shanghai Schmidley, 362. Is he here? Okay. Ehad Turka, 364. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll just wait a second. There you go, brand new set of Mojo tyres there for you, my friend. Okay, so we have one more set to give away. Daniel, please do the honours. Okay, this time it goes to DD2 Masters. Ronaldo Gremiger, 527. Are you here? No? Okay. This is actually quite fitting because this guy was on the top step of the championship last year for DD2 Masters. Slavomir Moransky, get your backside up here. You've got the last set of Mojos if you're here. Slavomir? Yeah. Oh, well. Hang on, Mike. Yes. Well, I think. What a time! You probably heard and went, "Oh no, I've got to get out of here quick." Right. It's a race, and I think. Right. Hang on. I just want to have official ratification. 2 seconds. Hang on, wait, hang on a second. Right. Shall we do a... Okay, I'm going to do a coin toss on this one. No, hang on. Right, okay. Has anyone got a coin? Of it? Hang on, I've got one. So I'm going to do heads or tails, guys. Or I'll get someone else to do it. Mike? Come on, flick the coin. Right. Oh. Oh, they're all coming up at the same time, aren't they? One tire each. You can have a corner. So that mean what? One corner apiece. That. Yeah. Okay. Right. So. Okay. Right. Shall I do heads or tails then? Yeah. Mike. Yeah. Okay. Slavomir, Charlie, you guys were up here first, so it's rock paper scissors on 3. Yeah? Or would you prefer heads or tails on a coin? Coin? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Right, Charlie, as you were up here first, I will give the benefit of the doubt. Heads or tails? Heads or tails? You said heads. Just missed out. It's tails, but never mind. Anyhow, good work this weekend. Slavomir, the tyre's yours. So, yep, go for it. So, right, the next prize that we have is for... Okay, now we will be now giving away a free Rotax Max 125 Evo engine, and the number is 333 Reese Hunter. Brand new Rotax Max Evo engine, another driver standing. So there we go. Congratulations. So you don't need to bring it back from Wackersdorf back home, mate. But okay, the last raffle prize. First of all, Mike, I just wanted to say, on behalf of the whole team at Camp Company GmbH and MW Race Consulting, you have been the man that's really been pushing this championship forward. It's a pleasure to work with you, mate. And I know for a fact that next season, with the calendar we've got, which you announced last night, you must be very excited. But on behalf of all the team, a big thank you from all of us for what you do.
Thank you. Thank you that you helped me in this way.
And also from BRP Rotax, thanks to Helmut Vogelsam. So please give a round of applause for Mr. Mike Wagner. This guy believed in me from April last year, and we're working together the next season. I can't wait for it. But we have one more raffle prize to give away. Mike, that is for a free race entry for one of the 4 rounds, which kickstarts on the 10th to the 12th of April at Karting Genk. Then it's the 29th to the 31st of May in Adria. Then it's PF International, where I know a certain few drivers, including Charlie Turner, Reese, Kai Hunter, and a few others, will be able to come to. I know that track very well, 10th to the 12th of July. And we're back here for Wackersdorf in exactly 1 year's time. But the free entry goes to, if he's here, from the UK nonetheless, Teddy Clinton. Are you here, my friend? Now, I definitely heard a round of applause there, so... So, congratulations, buddy. So you've got a free race entry for one of the season calendar next year. Got an idea what you're going to be using that one on?
Yeah, well, I'm quite surprised, honestly. I almost went home early. Missed that, so...
It's a good thing you stuck around, but next year you get a free race weekend entry at any of the 4 venues, Genk, Adria, PF, and also Wackersdorf as well. So it's your decision, but it's just a 1 race entry.
Oh, excellent. Probably Adria. Love that track.
Fantastic. Look forward to seeing you there next season. So there we go. That's it for the raffle. Now, we've come to the big conclusion, and I know that the drivers are waiting. The rain is starting to intensify. I've got a flight to catch, but we have our championship podiums to present. Sorry, guys. So first things first, we go to our junior division. And now we go through to the top 3. In third position with a total score of 91 points, representing Sweden and Strawberry Racing, the 231 of Vilgot Edqvist. With Mike Wagner and Daniel Lampman presenting him with his third place championship trophy. In second position, he's been a weekend winner this weekend, but from Poland, from Dan Holland Racing, the number 202 of Oli Pilka. And for the second year in succession, from the Netherlands, from JJ Racing with a total of 110 points, Mike van Vugt is your 2019 Rotax Max Euro Trophy champion. So, ladies and gentlemen, please observe a brief silence for the national anthem of the Netherlands. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for our top 3 in the championship standings. In third, Vilgot Edqvist. In second, Oli Pilka. And your 2-time Euro Trophy Junior Max champion, Mike van Vugt. And also, 2 tickets have been handed out for this year's Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals to both Oli Pilka and Vilgot Edqvist, as Mike won his back in April. So if we can get all the photos together. So if the guys want to go on to the top step. I know that they're chomping at the bit to do this, so if you've got your photos taken, let's get one more thing done, shall we, boys? It's time for the champagne! Well, Mike's not sprinting because it's in the wet at the moment, so I think they've decided to celebrate with their teams downstairs. So please give a round of applause to Vilgot Edquist, Ollie Pilker, and your two-time Junior Max champion in the Euro Trophy history, Mike van Vugt. Oh, here he goes. Oh, here we go. He's going to get the... Now, Mike's definitely decided to go for it. He actually sprinted downstairs last year. Mike, watch out, it's slippery. You're on slicks. So that concludes our championship podium for... Now, Mike, you need to come back up to the top step and get your trophy, race helmet, and everything else. So congratulations to everybody there. So now we come to our second of 4 championship podiums. There he is. You finally got there, Mike. You got your championship trophy for the second year in a row, but thank you very much to every single Junior Max competitor that's raced with us this season, and we look forward to seeing you a lot more in 2020. Now it's time for Senior Max. In third position, with a total of 63 points after drop scores, representing France and the Dames racing team, the 303 of César Gazot. César also came second at this year's Rotax Max Challenge International Trophy back at Le Mans in August, and now has a championship trophy in a European Championship. So congratulations to César. In second position, just 10 points ahead after drop scores, once again from the United Kingdom, Dan Holland Racing's very own Rhys Hunter. So we have Mike Wagner, Daniel Lampman, and BRP Rotax's Helmut Volgersam presenting several items. So first is championship trophy from Mike Wagner, a Rotax racing hat, and from Helmut Volgersam, an entry ticket for the 20th running of the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals in Sarno this coming October. But your winner, the title remains in Sweden for a second successive season as your 2019 Rotax Max Euro Trophy season Senior Max champion is Matilda Olsson. A big cheer from the Swedes downstairs. That's great. Fantastic performance from this driver all season long. And along with her championship trophy, she is the new champion following Hannes Moren taking the inaugural title this time last year. She gets the championship trophy, a Rotax racing hat, and also receives a Grand Finals ticket, where the Grand Finals will take place at the Circuito Internazionale Napoli between the 19th and the 26th of October. But ladies and gentlemen, please observe silence. Anthem of Sweden. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for César Gazot, our third place in the overall standings. Second place, our vice champion for 2019, Rhys Hunter, and our 2019 Senior Max champion, Matilda Olsson. So there's one more thing to do, and right, have at it, guys. It's time for the champagne, or is some of it going to be taken downstairs and shared with the people there? Well, Reese has definitely got the right idea. Matilda's quickly running away. She doesn't want any part of this. Congratulations to Cesar Gazo, Reese Hunter, and your 2019 champion, Matilda Olsson. With Matilda and Reese also joining Cesar to the 20th running of the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals this coming late October. Oh, oh, come on. Steve Armstrong's just got it down the neck. That's brilliant. Steve, you're going to... Steve, they could have left you somebody to drink, but well done to Strawberry Racing. A very, very great outfit, and Steve really got to know the guy well over the season. Fantastic job from Strawberry. So congratulations to all our Senior Max competitors. 34 of them joined us here in Wackersdorf, and we look forward to seeing them next year in 2020. But now we come to our penultimate podium of the weekend. This time it is DD2. In third position, representing the Czech Republic, the 402 of Petr Bezel. So Petr takes home a Rotax Racing cap and the third place trophy. And in second position, it was so close at the end. It came down to the wire, but by just 4 points. In second position, and your DD2 vice champion for 2019 from Boven Power, representing Belgium, the 422 of Zander Schiblak. So Zander will receive his second place championship trophy, a Rotax Racing cap. Now, 1 point I will make, he is receiving a ticket to the Grand Finals, but if he does win in something like the B&L karting series, that will be upgraded. So he takes a ticket with him at the moment, but your winner, a new champion, as Martin Henkel Morrison took the inaugural title last year, also representing the Czech Republic from KSC, Sodi Austria with 94 points, the 401 of Jakub Bezel. And Jakub gets his championship trophy, first this season, a Rotax Racing cap, and his entry to the 2019 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals this coming October amidst the shadows of Mount Vesuvius. Ladies and gentlemen, please observe some silence for the national anthem of the Czech Republic. So, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for your third place in 2019. Petr Bezel from the Czech Republic. Belgium's Zander Schiblak as our vice champion for 2019, but taking the championship spoils this year, Jakub Bezel from the Czech Republic. Boys, if you'd like to go up onto the center step for some photos. So guys, if you want to get the opportunity to do now, it is time to spray that champagne. It looks like Peter's going to take that down and celebrate with the team. So a big round of applause for Petr Bezel, Zander Přiblak, and your 2019 DD2 champion from the Czech Republic, Jakub Bezel. A big cheer downstairs from the KSC Austria crew there. Congratulations, guys. Right, we now come to our final podium of the season. DD2 Masters. It wasn't the biggest field, but we did have some stern competition throughout the year. And in third position, representing Germany from RS Competition, the 526 of Michael Becker. So Mike Wagner hands Michael his championship trophy. Third in the standings on 78 points this year, just 2 ahead of the outgoing champion, Mr. Slavomir Moransky, with Helmut Vogesam and Daniel Lampman assisting in the presentation. In second position, on 103 points after the end of the 6-round calendar, well, the 6-race calendar, from Belgium, the 555 of Mr. Christoph Adams. So Christoph being presented with his second place trophy in the standings, also a Rotax Racing cap. So Christoph Adams, second place this season. But we have a new face on the top step of the podium. He won a season pass for entries this year. He won a ticket to the International Trophy at Le Mans. But he's come top of the pile and takes a ticket to Sarno from Austria, Roberto Pajewski. 120 points at the end of the season with 4 race victories, 2 at Adria, 2 here at Wackersdorf, and 2 second places back at Kristianstad in the middle of July. So, ladies and gentlemen, very shortly, but Roberto, very happy there. Well done, my friend. But for the last time and for the second time, to close out our anthems, please be upstanding and please observe some silence for the Austrian national anthem. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Germany's Michael Becker, Belgium's Christoph Adams, and your 2019 DD2 Masters champion, Austria's very own Roberto Pajewski. So get your photos whilst you can. Michael's thinking, am I going to go off this top step or not? So take your photos whilst you can. And for one final time, when you're ready, gents, it is time for the champagne. Roberto's definitely... A big flourish to end the podiums this weekend here at the Rotax Max Euro Trophy season finale for 2019. A big thank you on behalf of the entire team at Camp Company GmbH, the entire team at MW Race Consulting, our marshalling team with Camilo Hossinger being the head of that, and they've done a fantastic job But from myself, Alex Goldschmidt, a big thank you to Ollie Shubashek for being my partner in crime this season. On behalf of the Rotax Max Euro Trophy, all the very best of luck to our competitors that head to Sarno in about 7 weeks' time. We'll be back April 10th for the season opener for Season 3, 2020 at Karting Genk. It's goodbye from us here in what is now a very wet Bavaria. Good night and safe journey home. So for those watching on the official Rotax Max Euro Trophy live stream, this is Alex Goldschmidt, the series commentator, signing off. Here are our 7 ticket winners from this weekend here at Wackersdorf. So we have Roberto Pajewski, we have Sander Triblak, Reese Hunter, Vilgot Edquist, Mike Van Vught. Well, Mike is up there anyhow, but we've got Matilda Olsson, Olli Pelka and Jakub Bezel. A big thank you from all of us here at the Rotax Max Euro Trophy for continuing your support. Stay tuned for further news about 2020. It's going to get rather exciting in the off-season. Goodbye from me.